Hello Commanders, welcome back to the command table. I am Mathermar and we are proceeding with our journey walkthrough. We are on the last leg of the Sky Temple. So we're on map 3, battles 206 through 210, and we're going to get right into that. But first, if you would please like, subscribe, and if you want notifications when I drop new videos, hit that notification bell. And if you have any questions or comments about the strategies used or alternatives, if you don't have specific units, please feel free to leave those below. So let's go ahead and cover these last 5 of the Sky Temple. 206. All right, let's see what we're up against. We have 2 Stormcallers, 2 Faceless Knights, and 4 groups of crows, so 4 murders. We are going to resolve this by using our 2 groups of assassins to take care of the Stormcallers, and then they will move forward to the Faceless Knights. The crows are just going to fly way the heck back here because they're not going to be able to see those assassins, so the crows aren't going to stick around. Now, the reason I've placed everything way the heck back here is if for any reason there's a problem with the assassins taking out those Stormcallers and they get killed, then there's a long road to go for those Faceless Knights that move a lot slower than the crows. So the crows will get way back here sooner, and all these bodies will distract the crows, and at least one of these crystal spires should be functioning at all times to burn down the crows. Then it should be very easy to clean up those Faceless Knights. I don't foresee this being a problem. I think the assassins are going to kill all of that very fast. But that's why everything is way the heck back here. So the hammer throwers don't have stun resistance anymore as of several weeks ago, maybe a couple months ago at this point. So I do have the battle drummer there, but I picked the hammer throwers over archers because they have a lot more health. So that is why I did what I did. So let's go ahead and run it. Okay, goodbye Stormcallers, and then Faceless Knights. They now see the assassins, but not soon enough to save themselves. And plenty of bodies to keep those crows busy while the crystal spires clean them up. Okay, let's go to 207. And let's see what we've got here. We have 3 catapults and 4 earth elementals. So I've put my assassins in positions to where they will this top group of assassins is in a diagonal formation that's going to split and take out both of those catapults. Now, since I'm only using the one group of assassins, they're not going to kill both of those catapults fast enough to keep them from getting shots off. So the way that I've compensated for that is by putting everything in a nice line and having it to where it has to run to get to the earth elementals. So any projectiles that are shot are going to land where they were, not where they are. Now the dogs should run fast enough to where even if there is a shot where these units were, they should be clear. So that's why I've done what I've done. Let's go ahead and run it so you can have a look. I apologize if you can hear my dogs barking. So yep, they did get 2 shots off, but as you'll notice, all the units were past the final destination of those projectiles. Now it's just a matter of grinding through, and I've got plenty of high damage units to get that job done. You don't need a whole heck of a lot of healing. That battle drummer earns his keep by mitigating the damage that everybody receives. Okay, so let's move on to 208. All right, we have the Arctic Army. So we've got 2 Arcane Archers, 2 Valkyries, a Death Knight, and 5 groups of Righteous Defenders. So since the 2 ranged units are going to be resolved by my assassins, and then also the Valkyries shortly thereafter, I don't have to worry hardly at all about ranged. All that's going to be left is melee. So that's why I've placed the Thorn Guards up front, tagged on to a Battle Drummer, and I've put the Valkyrie closer to the Thorn Guards than the Ember Fiend, so it should link to the Thorn Guards and keep at least one of them active at all times and mostly at full health. The one issue would be if the Death Knight manages to live long enough to where the anti-healing aura prevents the Valkyrie from keeping him up. But I don't think that's going to be an issue. I think that it's going to get burned through so quickly. The Ember Fiend does percentage damage, so it's going to burn through the RDs. As the RDs die, the other Righteous Defenders that are left get a stacking buff that makes them much harder to kill and makes them kill things much faster. So that's why I want the Ember Fiend to burn them, which will cause them to die a lot faster, especially towards the end. So that's why I did what I did. Let's go ahead and show you how that plays out. So there goes the Valkyries and the Arcane Archers. You'll notice that the Battle Drummer is what's doing most of the heavy lifting until now, when the Valkyrie's heal starts to go through and make sure that at least one Thorn Guard stays to hold off those Righteous Defenders. And now it's just a matter of tagging him with the burn debuff, and it's game over. Okay, so that was 208. Let's move on to 209. All right. So here we have 2 Mind Corruptors, 3 Crystal Spires, 3 Arcane Blades, and 2 sets of Mind Shrooms. So since there's a lot of mind control elements in here, I decided to go with the Plague Bearers as my frontline units because they are immune to mind control. And then I decided I would take out the Mind Corruptors with my Assassins. I just don't like them at all, so let's just delete those. And then I've got my Draining Spirits here so that when these Arcane Blades get caught up in the thick of it with these Plague Bearers, that not only are they going to have Plague, which slows them down, but they're going to be stuck getting damage from that from the Draining Spirits. Now, this is one of my biggest pet peeves is conflicting conditions. You don't have to use the Ember Fiend. I did, and I know it's kind of silly to have Plague and Burn fighting each other and overriding each other, but I did, so you can give me grief for that if you want. But I also put these 2 groups of archers back here in the event that everything gets cleared out, but I can't get to the Crystal Spires with anything else. So that's kind of my contingency plan towards the end, and both the Ember Fiend and the Archer should be able to reach those spires without any difficulty whatsoever. So all the primary threats are resolved. Let's go ahead and run it. Okay, Mind Corruptor's gone, Crystal Spires gone. So if there was any problems, my ranged DPS would be able to take care of it. And it's all done. Okay, moving on to 210, which will complete our Sky Temple tour. Let's have a look. We have a Lesher spawn, or Jungle Spirit, I guess is what it's called. 2 Frost Wizards and 2 Giant Toads. So if you put your bombs on the front line, the toads have a tendency to just gulp the bombs and make them disappear. So what I like to do is I like to put something slightly ahead of them, which is why I have these shield bearers right here. So even if the toads are able to gulp a shield bearer, that takes that cooldown cycle of their attack and makes it to where the bombs have a clear path to run the rest of the way and get the giant toads. I've put the Warhounds here in the event that the assassins get frozen. I don't know how it happens, but sometimes maybe it's if the assassins are right in front of the Frost Wizard, they catch the Frostbolt. But for whatever reason, sometimes the Frost Wizards will get your assassins before they can kill them. So I've put the Warhounds up front so that they'll be able to zip through and kill those Frost Wizards in the event that the assassins fail. So that resolves the Toads, the Frost Wizards, and then all that's left is to get to Lesher. And I have plenty of bodies on the field now, so even if the Crows are going to be stunning some of these other units, the Shield Bearers are immune to stun, and the Battle Drummer is going to reduce the duration of the stun on everything else. So the range damage will be able to take out Lesher, and it should go fairly smoothly. So let's go ahead and let it play. Okay, toads and frost wizards all gone. See, that one bomb didn't even get to them. The warhounds did the trick. But there it is, just waiting for that last crow, and the Sky Temple is complete. So thank you for watching. We'll be moving on to the Arcane Desert here in the next few days. Please do like and subscribe. And if you would be so kind, do check out thecommandtable.com, where we have tutorials, raid strats, and coming soon we will have merchandise and a comic strip. So thank you for watching. We will have more for you soon.